If you've been running for any length of time and you're thinking about doing your first race, or maybe you've done your first race, odds are that you don't want to walk the race and you want to finish it in whatever your personal version of fast is. But everyone wants to impress themselves and see what they're capable of, but so few people ever even come close to reaching their potential. The key to getting faster is having a well-designed set of workouts that push you at the right time, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot, and then rest you at the right time. We talk a lot about how doing 70 to 80% of your training in Zone 2 is the key to good race performances. But that low heart rate running only gives you the opportunity to get fast. To actually get fast, you need to spend the other 20 to 30% of your total training time running fast with interval training. The thing is, there are ways to do intervals and get faster that are more effective than others. We're going to give you the system you need for the interval runs to ramp up your speed no matter your goals or fitness level, and you can always be a little bit better version of yourself. What's up, motivators? My name is Taryn, and when ordinary people want to accomplish something extraordinary in endurance sports, they use motive training plans. You're ready? Let's do it. The first step that so many runners don't do, but we obsess over with our athletes, is to figure out your current run abilities so you can structure your workouts properly. Way too many people just run a pace that feels generally fast in their interval runs, but this almost always leads to going too slow to make progress or too fast to make progress because you're not able to properly adapt to your workouts. Getting your training paces dialed in is so important that we update our athletes' training zones every couple of months to always make sure they're getting the exact right training effect they need in every workout. You can do this on your own by performing a running time trial workout. The workout we use in our training plans is a 10-minute easy jog, followed by some dynamic running drills to activate the body, then a 3,000 meter, 3 kilometer, which is a little bit less than 2 miles, time trial done at a maximum effort. Take the result of that time trial and enter the time into a running pace calculator like ours that's shown on the screen right now, and it's also linked in the description below that you can go and use on your own. The second step is to perform one weekly interval run that's 30 to 75 minutes long. But there's a structure to how you should do these workouts. Most athletes just go and generally do intervals without the right structure to those interval workouts. If you're new to interval running, you need to adapt to fast running. You can do this by doing 8, 15 to 30 second wind sprints during one run per week. Each week you should build up a little bit longer and a little bit faster every single week in those sprints. Once you've done that and can hold a fast pace for 60 seconds, you're ready to start doing run intervals. This is where a lot of problems start because a lot of coaches will do workouts where they bounce around all over the place with their intervals. And this is great in theory to get a, air quotes, well-rounded workout, but it's not enough of any one thing for your body to really adapt to any one thing. It's also not building upon any other workouts you've done before. So you're doing a lot of work and sure, you're entertained, but not getting much of a training effect out of it. Instead, workouts should actually be a fair bit more boring to be much more effective. For example, you might have 3 weeks of workouts in a row where week 1 is 8 times 2 minutes at zone 5 with 2 minutes rest. Week 2 is 8 times 2.5 minutes at low zone 5 with 90 seconds rest. Week 3 is 8 times 3 minutes at high zone 4 with 90 seconds rest. And this is roughly how interval workouts in a training plan should go, where in every workout you're training a specific energy system by performing intervals in a specific time period, then you gradually build up the length of the interval, shorten the rest period, or perform more intervals. You should do this throughout the entire season, starting with 15 to 60 second intervals and a 1 to 8 work to rest ratio from December to February, then gradually progress into 2, 4, 6, and 8 minute intervals as the season goes on, working your way towards a 4 to 1 work to rest ratio. Do this and every single workout will really improve one specific energy system, and by building workouts week by week, you're going to constantly be on an upward trajectory of progress instead of just bouncing around all over the place doing random intervals. The third step is that you don't want to stop at just doing intervals. You need to train your body to hold that fast speed you've built in the intervals for the duration of your race. In the final 8 weeks before your races, you should start doing tempo-based intervals. Tempo intervals are intervals that are 10 to 60 minutes long, done at your high zone 3 or low zone 4 pace. And these intervals bridge the gap between your long endurance training and your fast interval training. They teach you how to go fast for a long period of time. We don't do these year round because we want to get really fast from the interval stuff from step 2 most of the year, building your speed. Then we just want to refine your ability to hold that speed in the final few weeks before a race. Before finishing, I want to give you a few bonus tips to make these workouts even more impactful. First, eat 20 to 40 grams of carbohydrates before every intense workout. You need your blood glucose levels to be high so you can have quick access to energy. Second, make every third or fourth week a lighter workout to rest, recover, and adapt. Third, always make sure to do a warm-up and dynamic activation before your intervals because these are very intense workouts that you want your body to be primed to do. Finally, perform this workout when you're most rested. So if you're a triathlete who's training a lot, you could do this on a Tuesday after you've taken a lighter Monday following a big training weekend. Or if you're a half marathoner or marathoner, you could do this after a complete rest day midweek. While this setup isn't sexy, it's incredibly effective. Most of the athletes who use the training plans in our app say that the workouts they do seem tough, but very simple and straightforward. Then they are so surprised with how good their performances are on race day because it didn't feel like they did anything too sophisticated in their training leading up to that race. It doesn't need to be fancy to be really effective. Thank you for watching. You are ready to take on that big challenge. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want more weekly training tips designed specifically to help ordinary people accomplish something extraordinary in endurance sports. Hit the notification bell to not miss out on videos when they come out. And finally, check out the video on the screen. I mentioned at the start of the video that low heart rate running is the foundation that will set you up for these faster runs. In this video, we give you the system to do those low heart rate runs correctly and without much difficulty. Later, motivator.